morning, friends, and welcome to the second part of the special episode featuring the women transporters trip to the manufacturing facility of VE commercial vehicles in Pithampur, Madhya Pradesh. You are watching Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions, a VECV special episode. Our episode last week received overwhelming response, which had a mix of accomplishments, emotions, struggles, happiness, and many more elements. While the industry and other OEMs applauded the journey of these women, a few customers called in to offer working with them. While the women were expressing their thoughts and talking about their journey, someone was meticulously making notes of the elements that defined each of the women. However, Bhagwan, who was more than instrumental in putting this event together, picked up the pearls of wisdom from these women transporters, and this is how he summed their success and learning.
You all are path breakers and trendsetters in your own right already today. And when we look at the industry going forward, it's going to evolve further and faster. Right, so I think it would be very good to understand how you are thinking. I mean, I will keep these notes from yesterday with me. Okay, 5 points. You know, your focus on patience, perseverance, your attitude, so to speak, to make things happen. What stood out was your humane perspective on drivers. I mean, all of you spoke to it. All of you spoke to it differently, but all of you are really focused on the driver. Right, and I think that, you know, I think that really stood out to me yesterday. The construct of partnership, as opposed to let's just fight. I think that's left for men to do, right. But I think it's an interesting perspective to take forward, and then also your own depth on diversity. Today morning, for instance, I would never have expected that the first comment that comes up on an AMT, an automatic manual transmission, is that women drivers can come in. Right? I would have heard a lot of nice things कि हाँ इसमें fuel बचेगा, इसमें ये होगा, वो होगा. But the first comment that came out of this cohort was, oh wow, you know, we can have other sets of drivers come in and change how we work. And I think that stands for something, right? So we will have in a bit. I've asked Rajinder Sachdeva to join us. Rajinder is a very respected colleague of mine. He heads up technology and manufacturing as COO for VECV. He's been around the industry for a long time. And I think that, I trust him implicitly when it comes to technology directions. He's just kind of very, very good at kind of all of those things. And he's a nice guy too, right? So he's a very nice person, but also then I think a very, very, very wise person when it comes to technology.
While the first day of the event was more about the women showcasing their journey, their struggles and their success, the second day was more about discussing how the industry had developed over the decades and what was the road ahead. And joining the delegation at the VECV facility was the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Rajinder Sachdeva. Mr. Sachdeva too has been a veteran in the commercial vehicle industry, and he is amongst the men leading the way to the future technologies at VECV. Like many other people, Mr. Sachdeva too was pleasantly surprised to see an all-women delegation of transporters. However, the conversation between Mr. Sachdeva and the women at no point of time felt any different. In fact, Mr. Sachdeva appreciated the knowledge and insights that the women transporters shared during the conversation. Here is what Mr. Sachdeva had to say to the women, opening the path for an exciting conversation.
Future of India is very, very bright, and seeing such type of enlightened group in the logistics segment, which is seen to be very outlier group. Normally educated people and coming into that, technology savvy people venturing into that is very, very limited. And second part which I heard was that importance of driver. Now, just to corroborate the same point, yesterday we had chairman of a VRL group with us. Mr. Dr. Vijay Sankeshwar. He was here with us. VRL, you must have heard, all of you must have heard that thing. So he was saying that please stop manufacturing trucks. You make one truck, give us 2 drivers. Then only business is viable. But if you give us only the vehicle, finding the driver, getting him trained and making him ethically inclined toward the organization objective, very difficult. So second point he said to achieve the objective, he said that he is telling the drivers that he is stealing diesel for 100 rupees per liter and selling at 35. So he said, I am going to start a scheme, sell to me at 125 rupees per liter. So I think a lot of challenges are there on the driver, what I heard from you, that because that is going to be the, I will say, the sole arbiter for your business and the profitability. That's what it is there. So, very, very warm welcome to all of you in VECV. So, only way to improve the politician is increase percentage reservation for women. Only way to improve the logistic industry is that you people come forward and participate in that. We are, I, Rajinder Saideva, I look after R&D for last 30 years, and then in now plant operations and supply chain, all the part of the operation I look after that thing. And in VECV, I am there for last 30 years. Prior to that, I was in Swaraj Mazda for about 7-8 years. So overall, if I see that, I have seen the major transition in the industry, and as you also see that, I am hearing from you that, and I see that industry over the period of time is going to become a very, very competitive, very competitive. We already seen that F2s are out, first time users are out, and industry is becoming organized with GST coming in. Now, we are surprised that in transportation industry today, in e-commerce, you said that thing, monthly running is 20,000 kilometers, which we never imagined. That means what earlier you used to talk about 300,000 kilometer warranty, no person is clocking that warranty in 1.5 years. And after that, if the breakdown is there, then how we going to manage that thing, how the revenue is coming versus maintenance, what equation, everything is getting changed today. And in that scenario, now we are fortunate that we have got the Volvo Group support in terms of technology, which is helping us to keeping aligned with what is happening in the market, even ahead of the market. That's what we are ensuring that. Now, I see that another 5 to 7 year, 10 year, buses definitely about 30-40% buses will get converted to electric buses. Trucks also, we have also made a first beginning that the first truck of 5-ton gross vehicle weight we have just introduced and is working on that. But looking at that, sustainability of environment is the most important responsibility in front of us. And that can be met, and automotive has to play a very, very large role there. And we are making sure that whichever technology offer the better environment protection, we should work on that. That's the number one priority for all of us. That's what is the sustainability on which we are working on that. And today, I see that we are working on 6 technology in VECV. Diesel is there, which is the current technology, OBD2, and then Euro 7 also. Europe is coming in July 2027, Euro 7 is coming. In India, it will also be notified. In India, we follow, in terms of the norms, across the globe, we follow the European norms. This is a stated objective of the government of India, that European norms are more closer to us, they are belonging to a more robust vehicle technology, so we will follow. And last 30 years, we have been doing that thing. And I am sure that by 27, 28, if Gadkari stays there, I think it can happen ahead of that also.
We will continue our journey at VECV's facility after this very short break. You are watching Trans India, real people, real emotions.
आप चाहे कहीं भी हो और आपका बिजनेस हमेशा रहे ट्रैक पे विद माय आइशर। इसके फ्लीट मैनेजमेंट फीचर्स जैसे फ्लीट ट्रैकिंग, परफॉर्मेंस मॉनिटरिंग और ट्रिप इंटेलिजेंस दे आपको अपने फ्लीट पे पूरा कंट्रोल, कभी भी कहीं से भी। मतलब बिजनेस आपकी पॉकेट में। कंट्रोल
charging is over and my driver can't wait for the charging
Yes,
to happen.
absolutely.
Because infrastructure,
Absolutely.
I think we have, as much as we are advancing, I think the back end has to be so strong that every few kilometers there has to be a charger available, and also the charging time. If we go on a slow charger, I was talking to Mr. Bhagan sir yesterday, and we were saying fast charger हो सकता है, but truck में उससे ज़्यादा time लगेगा.
Yes, absolutely.
आपके small passenger cars में इतना time नहीं लगेगा, but a truck which is already carrying goods is going to take much longer. So that is going to be a challenge to even customers are not. See, now with e-commerce and all coming in, everyone wants itna. We all of us who used to quick delivery, people don't understand, and even customers for specialized or any one of us, they also want. हमने आपको order एक दिन पहले दे दिया, आपको order कर रहा है.
Yes.
They will not understand. So infrastructure, I think, has to be there.
It has to keep
Of course,
pace.
they are doing great. Mr. Nitin Gadkari is doing awesome when it comes to highways and everything. But with that, even
Charging
having
infra has to be
stations,
there.
I think will be a challenge.
So I was coming to that. We fully appreciate your point, what you are raising that thing. Just to give example, for 5 kilowatt two-wheelers, it is taking about half an hour, 1 hour to charge that thing. If you say 400 kilowatt you have to charge that thing, it will take almost 15 hours to charge. So driver cannot wait for that
और
thing.
सर वहाँ पे अगर चार्जर पॉइंट भी आप कितने चार्जर रखोगे, क्योंकि ट्रक्स इतने सारे हैं, आप एक स्टेशन से दूसरे स्टेशन जाओगे, वहाँ पे हम लोग को अभी सीएनजी में भी इतनी लाइन लगती है.
There's a big lane.
Exactly.
Big line, I
In
think
fact,
CNG, yes.
CNG failed or is not doing as well is because of the queue. That
Because of the
we
queue,
face.
yes,
So,
absolutely.
like especially for
Now I can write a book on CNG. We can discuss afterward.
cold chain
Yeah.
transport.
Charging
Having
infra has to be
stations,
there.
I think will be a challenge.
So I was coming to that. We fully appreciate your point, what you are raising that thing. Just to give example, for 5 kilowatt two-wheelers, it is taking about half an hour, 1 hour to charge that thing. If you say 400 kilowatt you have to charge that thing, it will take almost 15 hours to charge. So driver cannot wait for that. We have been the best trucks in terms of crystallization, in terms of uptime and performance and fuel efficiency. So that experience, what we got from Volvo, that helped us to introduce a truck which are much more stable technology as compared to our competition. And we had our market share growth. If you look at our market share growth, our market share prior to BS6 was in LMD was around 28-29%. Today we are 33-34% market share. So that is definitely helping us in that direction. Similarly, in Euro 7, Volvo wants that they are spending more of the energy on the hydrogen technology, on the EV technology and fuel cell also. That's priority. So our technology much more mature when we actually in India announced that Euro 7. We are definitely ahead of anybody else. Already work we have done about 10 to 15% work is already over. In India, we'll show you some of the engines also we'll show you.
After a very exciting interaction with Mr. Sachdeva, the women delegates started their tour of the plant with the much talked about Uptime Center of VECV. The following are excerpts from the Uptime Center and other facilities around the same.
सारे वुमेन ट्रांसपोर्टर्स जो पूरी इंडिया से आए हैं, तो यहाँ आकर ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि इतनी सारी औरतें अभी हर एक फील्ड में काम कर रही है, और जो मेनली मेल डोमिनेटिंग फील्ड है ट्रांसपोर्ट, ट्रक ट्रांसपोर्ट या बस ट्रांसपोर्ट है, उसमें भी अब महिलाएं अपना आजमा रही है, अपना पोटेंशियल दिखा रही है। बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है, सबको मिलकर एक एनर्जी, बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखने को मिली है, एक अलग पर्सपेक्टिव का भी नज़ारा मुझे देखने को मिला है। और आइशर वोल्वो ने यहाँ पर इस प्लांट में हमें बुलाया, जो एक्चुअली कैसा वर्किंग चलता है वो सब दिखाया। ये अपने आप में एक बहुत ही अलग एक्सपीरियंस है। जब हम कमर्शियल व्हीकल यूज़ करते हैं तो हम डायरेक्टली शोरूम से परचेस करते हैं, सो एक्चुअली उनका प्रोडक्शन कैसे होता है या उनका असेंबली कैसी चलती है वो हमें पता ही नहीं होता है। वी आर जस्ट बाय इट एंड यूज्ड इट। सो ये एक अलग एक्सपीरियंस है हम सबके लिए। अभी जैसे अल्टरनेट फ्यूल का ऑप्शंस देखा जा रहा है भारत में, वो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल है या सीएनजी व्हीकल है। तो हमने अभी गुजरात लाइन पे 2-3 ट्रक जो है वो CNG पर शुरू किए हैं। दे आर वेरी एफिशिएंट और उनका माइलेज हो या जो डीजल ट्रक से हमें सर्विस मिलती है वैसी ही सर्विस CNG ट्रक से भी मिल रही है और भविष्य में हम डेफिनेटली अल्टरनेट फ्यूल की ओर जाना चाहेंगे।
I would like to really thank Eicher and Girish sir for taking this initiative and for inviting all the women's. Being part of the women's helped us in getting to know each other women's and their positive. Everyone has their own field of expertise. Now I have 20 other women's. If I face problem in my transport industry कि भैया अगर मुझे FIR में मेरा एक्सीडेंट प्रॉब्लम हुआ है तो whom I have to consult, या मुझे मार्केटिंग करनी है, या मुझे कोई Eicher अगर मुझे कोई ट्रक खरीदना है, so who has recently purchased and who is more into technical, so whom should I consult? So now I have 20 other women making me realize कि they are doing so much in the industry and what is their forte. So whom should I consult, whom should I correlate, so that we can help each other and our fraternity industry in bringing more the women's, because women can be more disciplined and all, and they are bringing the change and a human and the women touch, feminism touch in the industry, which was much more needed. And what is more important is the people don't know how much they are respecting women in the industry. Even now the transport industry is being taken as backward, though after COVID criteria बहुत सारा change हुआ है, but still abroad में you won't believe girls are fighting the cases because transporters are not giving them the opportunity just because they are the single women. So उनके लिए अलग से washrooms create करना या facilities create करना because of this thing. And here Indians में OEMs and the peoples are calling the women to take this initiative to encourage more other women. So definitely India is standing out. What happens is from our customer to end customer, whosoever the vehicle is reaching, we make sure we take their mail IDs and the contact numbers. It is always been given. We try and help them in getting to know the pre-schedule, एक timing कि what will be the day timing or the timing when the vehicle will reach, so that if we can pre-tell them through a professional mail कि sir इतने बजे गाड़ी आ जाएगी, so that they know, so they can arrange the loading and unloading process accordingly. So loading and unloading process is most where the vehicles get halt. अगर ये चीज़ हो गया ना तो 30% of the चीज़ gets low. So to every other person, मतलब अभी तक मेल सिर्फ कस्टमर्स और ट्रांसपोर्टर्स में इंटरेक्शन होते थे. What we are doing is कि customers को we try to interact with the mail so that our loading and unloading time can be reduced. Alternate fuels में they are the mandatory, you can say. The more easy, the more जितनी जल्दी आप उस चीज़ को अडॉप्ट कर लेंगे. द रीजन बीइंग देयर आर द क्लॉजेस नाउ इन द गवर्नमेंट टेंडर्स या कोई भी बिग टेंडर्स, इफ यू हैव टू फिल, you have to give them the sustainability report. Now even of your vendors, it is compulsory to your vendors also, so that green initiative which has been taken by a prime minister and every big corporate houses to support. So every individual when will become green sustainable, they will support these all the big manufacturers. So it has become mandatory. It is very easy कि अगर अपन अभी से adopt कर लें, so that we can be prepared for the future till the time it becomes compulsory. Until then we'll be having our own fleet in the green sustainable, which will help in our development also, showing the possibility that how much we are also supporting the government and will help our vendors also, and it will create us opportunity fast, so that the people who has not been adopted and it has become compulsion, the new gates can open us.
Because after so many days I'm meeting these people, and it's really good to know that there are so many women in this industry who are facing the same problems, but again solving them with a very good. Secondly, I would like to thank Eicher and Girish that they have arranged this OEM visit to the plant. This is the first visit that I'll be doing in India, and I'm very excited for that. So I think for vehicle uptime what we need to do is जो रोड पे नो एंट्रीज वगैरह है वो निकाल देने चाहिए. आई मीन देयर शुड बी रिंग रोड्स और बाईपासेस थ्रू द सिटी. सिटी में से जाना है तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो दैट इज़ वन थिंग. देन एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाने के लिए आई डोंट से कि यू हैव टू इंक्रीज द नंबर ऑफ व्हीकल्स, बट देन इंक्रीज द नंबर ऑफ people who can get the business and get work done. That is how I think we can increase the uptime. Also the maintenance should be done on preventive basis, so that the vehicles don't break down and then downtime increases. So I think that's what we can do for uptime. Well, it does help. Like now, what I have all Ashok Leyland vehicles, so we have subscribed for their eye alerts. तो उसमें ये भी पता चल जाता है कि फ्यूल कितना है, कम होने वाला है, AdBlue जो है वो यूज़ हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, and also GPS tracking is also there. So that helps to know exactly where the vehicle is, breakdown हुआ है, नहीं हुआ है, why the driver is waiting, and then we can coordinate with him and ask him that what exactly is the problem and just get the vehicle running. Alternate fuel, yes, it should be used, and we are using 2 CNG vehicles right now for the trial basis, I would say, and we are also in tie-up, I mean not tie-up I would say, but it was an experimental thing that we had with Ashok Leyland. One of our old vehicles which had diesel fuel, so we replaced that, all the tanks and everything, with CNG, and it's an OEM fit. So we had that experiment and it's working well. So I think yes, CNG, LNG will do well, but I think hydrogen cell jab aayega, that will be a game changer. Because again, CNG, LNG, the availability of both is very difficult as compared to diesel. And electric vehicles, I'm not sure how they're going to work in trucks. Because if you don't have enough charging, wo truck kitna aage jayega, I don't know. In terms of buses, it is doing really well. But then again, it's a local thing. For long haul, I don't know how electric vehicles will work, but yes, we need, it's an art to think, that we have to go for some alternative fuel, because diesel and petrol, I don't know how much it's going to last.
It was a great experience for me after meeting so many women in the transport sector. Women empowerment समझ में आ रहा है कि logistics में भी बहुत सारे women आ रहे हैं. People are welcoming more and more women in the logistics sector. It's a great experience for me और अच्छा लगा मिलकर सबसे. आयशर प्लांट में आके एक तो ब्रांड के ऊपर आपका ट्रस्ट बढ़ता है, क्योंकि आप उनकी गाड़ियां तो चलाते हो, लेकिन वो गाड़ियों का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैसे होता है, वो कैसे कितने केयरफुली आपकी गाड़ियां बनाते हैं, और हम लोग डेली बेस पे यूज़ करते हैं गाड़ियां, तो हम लोग भूल जाते हैं क्या क्या हमें फीचर्स मिलते हैं. तो आके यहाँ पे समझ में आता है कि आपकी एक्चुअली में आपको गाड़ी कैसे मिलती है. इट वॉज अ ग्रेट एक्सपीरियंस. अमेजिंग समझ में आया कि इनकी गाड़ियाँ बहुत स्मूथ हैं, बहुत अच्छे से कोई भी चला सकता है. तो जो हमारे लिए ड्राइवर शॉर्टेज हो रही है इस इंडस्ट्री में, तो मुझे लगता है लड़कियाँ आके बहुत जल्दी इस शॉर्टेज को खत्म करने वाली है ड्यू टू आइशर व्हीकल्स. अप टाइम ऑफ ट्रक्स कैसे बढ़ सकते हैं, मुझे क्या लगता है कि जो आपकी गाड़ियाँ डिटेंशन होती हैं लोडिंग एंड अनलोडिंग के टाइम पे, अगर वो हमारे कस्टमर हमारी हेल्प करें, और रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ कोर्स अच्छा हुआ है, अगर और थोड़ा और अच्छा हो जाए तो हमारा एफिशिएंसी और बढ़ सकती है. ऑल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल के बारे में जैसे आइशर वाले अभी काम कर ही रहे हैं हाइड्रोजन के ऊपर, जहाँ फिर मुझे लगता है कि एक तो हाइड्रोजन और इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल, अगर ऑल्टरनेटिव इसके ऊपर काम करें तो इट विल हेल्प अस.
Extremely encouraging, extreme lot of learning, and it amazed me with the kind of journey each woman has had. So it was an amazing feeling, and I take back a lot of learnings. The experience was fantastic. There's a lot which I kind of learned from the plant, because there are technical things which we don't really know as being owners. We just buy the trucks. So I think it was very much needed. I think every truck owner should come and visit the plant to know what the technicalities are. Amazing experience. Oh my God. It was really nice. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I wish I can get the license. Of course, it was just a test drive, but it was amazing. So honestly, from OEM's point of view, I think they are already doing a lot in terms of, they have GPS tracking, which they keep giving you alerts so that you get the vehicles on right time. Second, they also, even when there's a breakdown, so, Eicher has been committing, any breakdown, it will be covered within 3 hours. So that kind of also helps. And from we have to go back to our customers and tell them that the unloading and loading has to be done on time. So if that happens, the efficiency of the trips increase. So yeah, honestly great. But I think for secondary markets, it will work really well. If you're talking of EV trucks, it will do brilliant in secondary market right now, because I think till the time it reaches primary, it will take some time. Because infrastructure-wise, we'll have to be very, very well equipped. Of course, we're doing a lot, but there's a lot which is much more needed. Just learned about hydrogen gas, and I think that is going to be a very good thing. So honestly, we are coming from a very niche market, but for my ambient business, I would definitely look at these 2 options.
It is a very nice experience. I think I've been to such a delegation for the first time. It's amazing to know how other women have moved in their career journey, and it's a very enriching and enlightening journey. It's my first visit to any OEM, so it is amazing. I have seen manufacturing plants for automobiles, passenger vehicle cars, but for a truck manufacturing company, first time it was brilliant. It's so nice. There are so many things that you've never seen, never heard of, and you see it by your bare eyes. It's amazing. Amazing. For the first time again, as a transporter, if I say I have driven a truck, yeah, it's good. Now I know what my drivers feel like when they sit in a car and what they want in a vehicle. So yeah, now I really know we've been talking drivers, and what they want. Now I know what they really want while sitting on that chair. I think with my experience, I feel what we require is service centers pan-India. We want people who can service our vehicles when they're down. We want someone who can attend to us quickly without us following too much. So if we get that kind of support from any OEM, any manufacturer, that's brilliant because that ensures that our vehicle is up and ready to go in no time. I think service centers and somebody who can attend to us at any corner of the country is what we would want. I am still out of words for that center because I really thought it's going to be like a big space center where they're going to have all these screens and nobody's really following up. I always thought that way. When I saw things here, I came to know that yes, it's a space center, though a small one, and people are really interested in how much data are they using from us in order to give us better service. The idea of where our fleet is moving, how it is moving, and then giving technicians of that relevant vehicle in that particular area is something I never thought that they would be really using data for. It's really nice how they use data to advantage of themselves as well as customers. I'm really looking forward to how this will shape up and how it comes into heavy carriage segment. It may be a few years before things settle up, but yeah, really looking forward to alternate fuel.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Girish. You have really taken such a good initiative. I'm going back very motivated from here, and I have got so many thoughts, and each one had a story of their own, and there was so much to learn over here, and what everyone has gone through. And though the problems are almost the same because we are all in the transport sector, but I'm actually really going back very motivated from here.
What are your thoughts on the plant, your first plant visit?
Yes, it was my first plant visit, and I think it's really technology-wise. I mean, I'm not a technical person, but they took great effort to show each and every part of the place, and they took us to the testing track also, and a few of them even drove the vehicles. So I don't think we would have got an opportunity like this anywhere else. And they took us to the engine room and the various developments they are doing, and how from BS2, BS4, BS6, how the progress has taken place. So it's good to know about it since we are doing this transportation work. We are having a huge fleet, so we should know something about the vehicles as well. See, technology can help, and that's what going to help. And GPS, of course, is there, but there are problems on the way, like no entry and all is there. So उसमें अगर थोड़ा कुछ improvement हो जाए, so we may be able to get better results. And loading unloading अगर थोड़ा और कुछ mechanized हो सकता है, so that trucks get unloaded faster, because loads की कमी नहीं है. There is a lot of work in this sector. I think it should be a good alternate for a short haul this thing. I'm not really sure about the long haul. Probably they might come up with better like for a trip which is taken for a short distance. Okay, fine, but the charging thing, I'm not really sure how it's going to be in the long haul. But hydrogen car, what we have seen today, I think that may be a very good option.
So first of all, I would like to thank you, Girish, and the entire team of Eicher for giving us this opportunity. It was amazing experience. It was such an incredible trip. Amazing. It was something I really wanted to do, and I actually enjoyed. It's the first time ever I've driven a truck. I feel, first of all, technology. You have to be up to date with the technology. Secondly, with the drivers, you have to be intact with the drivers. Your delivery time should be good. So I think there's a few things that we should do. Proper GPS, proper
system should be there so that you can have a timely delivery. So since I told you, we're already using electric cars. So I'm really looking forward to electric vehicles so that, it's really economical. And I'm really looking forward. If something comes to it, we'll definitely use it. I would be the first one to do it.
We will continue our journey at VECV's facility after this very short break. You are watching Trans India, real people, real emotions.
आप चाहे ब्रेक पर हो, पर आपका बिजनेस कभी ब्रेक नहीं लेता, इसलिए माय आयशर। इसके अपटाइम मैनेजमेंट फीचर्स जैसे प्रेडिक्टिव अपटाइम एंड मेंटेनेंस अलर्ट्स, ब्रेकडाउन एंड रिपेयर असिस्टेंट और अपटाइम हिस्ट्री अब आपके बिजनेस पे ब्रेक ना लगने दें। मतलब बिजनेस आपकी पॉकेट में।
After a detailed discussion and understanding of the Uptime Center, the women delegates went on to explore the assembly plant, their first experience ever of seeing a truck being put together. They were amazed to see the level of technology that goes into making a truck. They were particularly impressed with the use of robots that not only ensured faster production but also a high level of precision. The next stop was the much talked about powertrain facility, which has been an element of pride for VECV. Engines from this facility are exported to all parts of the globe, and this facility was manufacturing BS6 engines much before the same were introduced in India. The next big draw at the plant was the advanced paint shop facility. Once again, the women were dazzled to see the level of precision and quality at the paint shop. The biggest attraction of the day was to see the women driving trucks. Yes, you heard that right. The women were more than excited to drive trucks, and VECV gave them that opportunity. We will leave you with glimpses of women driving trucks and summing up their trip, but with a reminder that they are not just driving trucks, but they are driving VECV's campaign of Nayi Soch, Naye Raaste. We will be back again next week with another interesting journey from the road transport industry. Until then, stay safe, drive safe, Jai Hind.
बिजनेस कभी खाली पॉकेट नहीं चलता, पर ऐसा भी क्या रहता है इस पॉकेट में? दिन दिन का छोटा मोटा खर्चा, महीनों पुराना एक फटा हुआ पर्चा, हर कस्टमर का हिसाब किताब और ऊपर वाले का आशीर्वाद। फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन जमाने वाली कंगी, किस्मत के दरवाजे खोलने वाली चाबी।
इन सब से बिजनेस तो चलता है, पर बिजनेस का परफॉर्मेंस बढ़ाता है माय आइशर, आपके पॉकेट का सबसे जरूरी हमसफर। अब एक्सेस करें फ्लीट मैनेजमेंट, अप टाइम मैनेजमेंट और ढेर सारी सर्विसेज, सब एक ही जगह पे, कभी भी कहीं से भी। तो आज ही डाउनलोड करें माय आइशर के साथ बिजनेस आपकी पॉकेट में।